feeling my usual structure this week, partly just because I've had a really weird week. So instead of the normal structure of these episodes, I figured we'd just have a chat. Because I noticed since week 1, I've not actually done a proper progress review on all of my projects. Part of that is because a bunch of the projects I talk about in that week 1 have been put on hiatus. Not for any particular reason, just because I didn't have time to work on them. I was crunching on Talkflare, and then since then I've been doing other stuff. So let's just have a chat about all the projects. Obviously Talkflare is my most prominent project. We've just released Talkflare Android version 1.0. However, we've noticed a few bugs in it and we're now finding an issue with it crashing. We believe this is due to captures, and we're already working to fix it. So Talkflare Android version 1.1, which will be the definitive version that should have come out as 1.0, but I was rushing. Talkflare 1.1 will be coming out sometime in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. I'm not making a guarantee on that, but that's the goal. Talkflare iOS will be going into production during and after our first publicity push for Talkflare Android. Talkflare iOS coming out will depend on if the project gets funded. We're in the process of looking into that, and I've spent a lot of this week working on the admin stuff to prepare for both Talkflare iOS and Write Live. So we've been setting up version control systems, we've been setting up management systems, because obviously up until this point I had not worked with another developer on Talkflare Android or obviously we hadn't started Write Live. That's all changing soon. As you all know, I'm going to be working with Anna, who you heard from a couple weeks ago, to develop Talkflare iOS and then Write Live after that. Moving on to Write Live, it's been called, I know some people have been confused about this, Write Live has been called Write a couple times before. I believe I mentioned it all the way back in week 5. It was renamed to Write Live from Write because Write is the name of a Scottish copy editing service, and they held the domain for that, and I didn't really want to fight it, so I changed the name to Write Live, because that works. Write Live, the social media, I'm not talking much about it just yet, although I will say that I am doing a research paper into modern social media and how they have negative impacts, and basically Write Live is going to be the antithesis of everything that I find. I'm not giving a release date, month, or even year for Write Live yet, because I know it's going to take a while, and I want to release it when it's ready. Not when it's functional, when it's ready. So when all of its functionality on Android, iOS, and the web are ready. So with that in mind, it's probably going to take a while. What's next? Prometheus. Prometheus, I mentioned in week 1, is a Discord bot designed with modularity and customizability. I have basically not touched it since then. Like, I've put a couple hours into it a couple times, but I started developing a web dashboard for it, and frankly I just got sick of the project and had to step away from it while I was focusing on Talkflare. At some point I would like to get back into it because I think it would be useful, but it's not top of my priorities, especially with Talkflare Android, iOS, and Write Live on the way, along with, the rest of my studies. Sapphire, they've just had their, it was a few months ago, they had their version 6.0 release, and that went well. Sapphire's stable. We've noticed a couple bugs and issues, most of them were fairly quickly ironed out. Sapphire 6.1 is probably not coming for a while because both me and Anna have other things to be working on, namely Talkflare iOS. Frankly, in my opinion, that takes priority. Especially considering it'll be the first time either of us is using React Native, and it'll be the first time Anna is developing a full application. So it will be a while until we get there. What else? Prodigy, the home notification suite, was completed. I mentioned it during week 4, I believe. I could be wrong, I'm not checking these. That I complete the project. However, I intend to start working on a Prodigy start working on a Prodigy V2. However, this is almost certainly going to be kept out of these videos, just because I want a personal project that I don't have to talk to you all about. I just want something that I can chill and work on, which, when I'm doing this, these projects become requirements, so I want Prodigy to be my own separate thing. There are bits and pieces of it coming along, and I will say that it involves this Raspberry Pi, which is sitting there because it's being dodgy. But yeah, that's what became of Prodigy. Is there anything else I'm working on? Not that I can think of. I will just give you a quick note. A couple times I said I was working on a personal project, and I know that confused a couple people. People who watch this video and are in my Discord will already know what it was. But to give a rough idea, it was a memoriam website for a close family member. I'm not going to go into any further detail because y'all don't need to hear that. But basically, that's why it took so long, and that's why there are episodes where I was just working on that instead of multitasking, because that took a lot. But it was completed a few months ago, and since then I started crunching on TalkFlower. I'm now just going to very quickly check my project folder. TalkFlower, that one, Sapphire, Prometheus, Prodigy, OP, my website, Minecraft servers, tests, Sapphire, CDQ. Oh yeah, that's another thing that I might or might not be working on. Along with a close friend, I may be developing a game. Maybe. We're not sure yet, but maybe. I'll let you know if anything happens with that. But yeah, that's everything. So yeah, there's your progress update. Apologies for this video not being as energetic or comprehensive as what I would normally make. I'm just not in the mood for it this week. We'll probably have another normal structure video next week, because TalkFlower 1.1 will probably be close to completion. Hopefully. But yeah, that's it. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Hopefully, unless I put you off.